Today's film edit breakdown is going to be of Julius Randle's assist out of the transition rip or the Barkley move. Charles Barkley used to do it a ton, and playing out of the mid post. So we're going to break down of how his assists have jumped up from 3.1 last season to 5.9 currently through the end of April. So first one here, he's going to transition rip against a smaller defender. Okay, so let's see what he sees. The nail defender's coming over to double right here where he has the ball, since he has a mismatch going on. Devin Booker is loaded over on the strong side, which is going to leave this defender to play two, RJ and the offensive player in the dunker spot. And then Mikal Bridges has to play two right here, the player at the slot and the player at the wing. Once Julius Randle picks it up and splits through right there, he recognizes that Mikal Bridges is playing D Rose, who's at the top of the key, which is going to allow the opposite wing shooter to be open. On this next clip here, you can see he's going to go transition rip. The double's going to come from the post player right here on the baseline side. Now, what the offense does a great job of doing is cutting here, which is going to force Ja Morant to make a decision. You can see they're pointing and trying to communicate, but there's two players cutting, one along the dunker spot, basically on the baseline to right here, and the other player's doing a 45 cut right through the lane line right here through the restricted circle, and then RJ Barrett's lifting up. So you can see Ja Morant goes with the lift up here, which is going to leave this cutter wide open. Okay, now you can see he's going back down game out of the transition rip. He sees the double coming right here from the nail and recognizes that this offensive player is going to be open because Kyrie is staying with his offensive player right there. And he's going to cut for a little lefty hook. Okay, so they've run this action a good amount because Reggie Bullock is shooting so well and shot so well throughout the month of April, this inverted pick and roll. So they go show to touch right here, guard show to touch. Now he's going right into his transition rip, and he recognizes that the nail help defender is already there, which is 6 feet off of Reggie Bullock. As I was saying, he's shooting extremely well. Passes right in the pocket for a knockdown three. Okay, next we're going to go into his mid-post assist. Now, once he catches this, he's going to go over top rip and drive baseline. So now recognize that CP is taking RJ Barrett right here, who's cutting through. DeAndre Ayton has the dunker spot, which is going to leave the corner drift wide open. Okay, this next one in the mid post, he sees right here the nail defender is going to slide over to the elbow. He's going to drive baseline, recognizes that this defender's coming to double on the spin back, and then once this defender commits to the double, he knows the shift down offense player right here is going to be open. Catches in the mid post again. Now watch this cut by Reggie Bullock right here. You can see this defender turns his head to recognize Reggie Bullock cutting. Devontae Graham right here, the low man, also is basically has to take Reggie Bullock, who's cutting, and then they lift up RJ Barrett, who's wide open for a three. That cut allows RJ Barrett to be open. This is an after timeout they've run. Great action, stagger away, fake the hand back, going into a punch action, which is basically feeding Julius Randle at the Malone line, which is where the elbow in the corner intersects with a 45-degree angle from the rim. That's the Malone line. Also where Karl Malone caught the ball a ton when he played for the Utah Jazz. Okay, so they double from the other post player. So watch right here. The quick double, which is going to allow Taj Gibson to be wide open. Now he's going to catch it at the nail It's very difficult to double from the nail because the court, you have both sides to go to. He's going to spin back here. Now watch right here. Once he steps up, the offensive player at the dunker spot is now diving in. Grayson Allen basically has the responsibility of playing two, so sinking and playing the lift up right here. And you can see he sunk too low, which allowed an easy pass to R.J. Baird right here for the lift up, which is a knockdown three. This is another great pass and early recognition of the help. So he catches right here. He can see Luka Doncic, who drops down to the elbow, basically at the nail now, trying to take away any driving opportunities. And you can see, once again, there's 5 to 6 feet of space for Reggie Bullock to catch and shoot in rhythm.